Good evening. I'd like to kind of have a conversation tonight about the way that our food gets to our tables and the way within our restaurant industry, how we've kind of developed along the way. The big thing for us, the biggest, probably most publicized one, is commodity meat. In terms of beef, chickens, pork, everything under the sun, they are one of the biggest contributors to greenhouse emissions that we have currently today. One of the other next big ones too is the way that our food actually gets to our table. The source and the direction and the time that it takes and how many hands it gets through for the actual transportation of our food to get to our table. A lot of us don't necessarily realize that our seafood does supply a lot of the world's needs, but in the same way, we collect a lot, or we fish a lot of these wild seafoods, but then we send them to China and Russia to be packaged, to then be sent back to us for us to then buy them from our markets. And it leaves me kind of asking this question of why are we sending our products all this distance, spending money on fuel, spending money on packaging, if we can do it within our own country? The next biggest thing, and probably the number one thing that I do want to talk to you about today, is waste, food waste. And it's a huge issue. I think it's something that a lot of the grocery stores and a lot of these giant supermarkets have found a great way to kind of bypass this entire subject. But over 40% of all the products and produce that is grown in Canada currently is thrown into the garbage and into our landfills, which creates over 20 metric tons of carbon dioxide into the environment. This is something that's astronomically a problem, and it's something that we're not really making a lot of efforts to change. So the big thing we honestly kind of want to talk about is why are we wasting so much food? And the number one thing comes down to wasting in our households. We actually waste about 47% of this wasted food product in Canada comes from us wasting in our homes. And a lot of different things that we can do personally, and things that I want all of us to kind of think about the next time we go to a grocery store, which should be in the next couple of days, is how can we make this change? What can we do as individuals in that moment that's something very small, but it's something that can actually affect the way that this agricultural system is going? And the number one things I want to talk about is our farmers. The big thing is at the Butternut Tree that we work with local producers, local farmers, and this means me literally going and meeting these people, shaking their hands, working on their farms, and them actually reciprocating this kind of relationship, and they deliver everything from right out of the ground to our doors. Nothing is ever in packaging. Everything literally comes in bin with far too much dirt and a lot of bugs sometimes, but we got to deal with it, and it's something that allows me and kind of gives me this enjoyment of knowing when I see that dirt and I see these bugs coming in the door of how fresh it is, what great quality it is, and also how directly it came from that farm to our door. This is wonderful Tam Anderson from Prairie Gardens. She's an hour outside the city in Bon Accord. She has been working with us for over a year since we've been open, and it's something that she takes part of a CSA program. It's something that a lot of the producers that we work with, it's called Community Supported Agriculture. And this is basically something that you can sign up for, and it allows you once a month or twice a month, depending on who you organize with, to get a box of food from these producers. And they allow you to kind of, in a way, see what the quality is that they get from them, but also it automatically will force you to get this product and say, this is something that is responsibly collected, responsibly brought to me, and not put in these wasteful containers. And the other thing we do at the restaurant is making sure that the producers and suppliers that we work with treat all of our animals along the same respect. Nothing is ever grain-fed. Everything is always grass-fed, natural pastures, and it's something that we're not wasting resources on producing feed for these animals. The big thing is, another thing that we do at the restaurant is wild foraging. We work with a lot of professionals who collect wild plants within the industry, or within our forests and within our landscapes. And this is actually my father and his girlfriend that I'm teaching them how to collect wild plants. And it's something that I've been very blessed in my time of learning about these wild plants and being able to integrate them in the restaurant. But this is something with our foragers, there's almost zero carbon footprint in any possible way. These are people walking out with baskets into forests, collecting plants, and then providing this nutrient-dense, absolutely delicious quality products that we can then offer to everybody else in the public. And the more we get on board with this, the more we support this, the more they're going to be available in our markets. These are some of the wild foods that we use at the restaurant. These are some products that we get in from the farmers. And it's also something along the lines that we use everything from head to tail. This is a lamb that we brought in earlier, and we use every single component of that entire animal. It's something that we also believe in using everything in plant life, from seed into the root. It's not just about nose to tail. It's about the full utilization of everything that we use. So the big thing that I just kind of want everyone to leave with today is, how much are you wasting every single day or every week when you go home? Are you buying these vegetables knowing that you can use them the entire time before they're eaten? Or is this something saying, this is convenience because I'm not going to spend another day of my week going to the grocery store? It's something that we need to take a step back and kind of realize it's about visiting the markets and grocery stores more frequently, buying less amounts, and buying more responsibly, knowing that we're going to produce a less wasteful agricultural system. Thank you very much.